Our planet is filled with all kinds of perplexing mysteries. How were the pyramids built? What secrets lie in Area 51? How did ancient Greeks create the first analog computers with the Antikythera? All have mystified scientists and archaeologists for hundreds of years, since they each challenge what we knew about history and how powerful humanity was even thousands of years ago. But there's not only mysteries in our world, but also the MonsterVerse is filled with many unfathomable enigmas. Hidden deep within our planet is a world of monsters, and what lies below opens the door for countless questions about their history and our own. Humans have been around for nearly 200,000 years, but we've only just scraped the surface of oceanic exploration. We've charted and mapped roughly 20% of the ocean and have only physically seen or been to 5%. But in the MonsterVerse, we've known about the Hollow Earth for only a couple of years, and the sheer magnitude of the region remains unexplored. There are things even humans haven't seen that, if discovered, will challenge everything they know about the Titans and Earth's history. In the New Empire, during Kong's exploration of an uncharted region of the Hollow Earth, he's met with this skeleton of some gigantic creature, enormous for even the Titans. You may remember us talking about the ribcage you see in Scar King's lair, vastly outsizing the great apes that walk alongside it. But out there is something even bigger. On the outskirts of Scar's hellscape, we get to see this huge ribcage, which is being used as a bridge to cross a hazardous cavern. And from a distance, even the 337-foot Kong looks like an ant. And you're not even prepared to see its skull. Estimates put this thing at over 1,600 foot in length, making it nearly 5 times the size of Kong. But we can see that this creature's vertebrae span far past the cavern, and thanks to our friends over at Goshi Center, they calculated this Mega Titan reached a length of 17,500 feet. That's 5.3 kilometers. That's 6.5 Burj Khalifas, the tallest man-made structure in the world. And of course, we don't get to see its arm size in relation to its body, but not too far in the distance, we can actually see leg bones. There's a chance that this thing was seriously maimed in battle, losing its arm in combat, and then collapsed by the pit. Or what's more likely is that the Kongs banded together to drag the skeleton out in order to efficiently use it as a bridge, leaving the legs in its original location. But due to this thing's immense size, it would have been a low-bearing creature, similar to a crocodile or Komodo dragon, giving this thing a full height of over 1,900 feet, able to tower over even the Empire State Building. Of course, its skull resembles that of a bear or a creature strikingly similar to the one we see in Kong's temple back in GBK, meaning these creatures could very well be related. But another Titan whose skull resembles a grizzly bear is the one and only King of the Monsters, which tells us that this creature could be way older than Kong, Godzilla, and even Shimo, and may very well be an ancestor to all Titans. So due to its primordial attributes, we can safely assume that these creatures were reptilian in nature, like most of the oldest members of the Titan classification. But where did it come from? How did it even survive living at such an immense size? Well, if you ask me, this thing doesn't look like it would have been able to walk for very long distances, supporting its own weight. So the answer may actually be in the depths of our own oceans. There is a legitimate theory about where the water in our oceans came from. Some scientists think that Earth's oceans formed when icy comets hit the planet, but new research suggests a different origin for the oceans. They simply seeped out of the center of the Earth. The findings, published in science.org, suggest that a reservoir of water is hidden in the Earth's mantle, hundreds of miles below the surface. So there may be a possibility that the hollow Earth was once filled with vast oceans that were driven to the surface by geological activity. So if we view this creature the way we look at whales or other giant sea creatures that are able to sustain their weight far more efficiently, the biology of the Mega Titan starts to make more sense. This was an ocean-dwelling monster that waded through the water and swam to the depths to reach the most intense sources of radiation. Like Godzilla, this creature very likely had gills and was able to stay underwater for as long as it needed to, and was extremely tough and heavily armored, perfect for sustaining the immense pressure of its weight and the oceans when underwater. Its legs were small and, like many semi-aquatic animals, didn't find much use for them when out of water, but they would be useful for maneuvering the seabed and combating other colossal titans. But once the oceans dried up, pushed to the surface by earthquakes and volcanic activity, leaving only small lakes remaining in the hollow Earth, these creatures died out, unable to sustain themselves for long, crushed by their own weight and an inability to seek out food sources. It would have been one of Earth's greatest extinction events. But its descendants may have adapted to this, with smaller specimens surviving and living on, decreasing in size to evolve to the ever-changing climate, which leads us to the titans we see today, and even the one we see in Kong's throne room, a direct successor of this Mega Titan. Only remnants of these once great species remain, serving as reminders for what may happen to those that get too big for their shoes. It can happen to anyone, the king of the monsters, or even humanity, who right now, like the Mega Titan, is getting too large to sustain itself. So what comes next? Will we see these ancient beasts make a return, with one hiding somewhere in the hollow Earth? Honestly, I hope not. These things are far cooler as an eerie mystery than just something for our alpha titans to fight. So personally, I'd like them to continue just being these immense backdrops, serving as an enigma to the great unknown of the hollow Earth. Humanity has yet to even discover these remains, but if they did, the government response would be massive. Preparations to increase defenses would begin on an unprecedented scale, increasing global tensions and pushback against the Titans and whatever lies through those portals. If they thought Godzilla was bad, here's something nearly 5 times taller and as long as a city. And whilst this creature is dead, who knows what else subsides in the caverns of the hollow Earth, waiting to strike. After the discovery of Shimo, the Titan that caused the Ice Age, the government is on edge, expecting the arrival of a real world ender. But who knows when or if that will come? For now, we only have an image telling us about the history of the hollow Earth, its vast oceans, and once even greater titanic beasts. But do you think these Mega Titans should make an appearance in a future MonsterVerse film? Let us know in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of Dangerville today. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.